Hello traders, welcome to the live stream. I've missed your faces. How are you all? Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good trading day. When I say good trading day, guys, you know, everyone is sitting on their hands. I imagine not too many people are in trades, right? You know, because of the US election. So we're going to talk about football. No, I'm only joking. We're still going to talk about trading, guys. But yeah, I am in no trades, all right? But we've got lots of other things we can talk about in today's live stream. The US elections being one of them. So we'll have a chat about that, guys. We'll look at potential trades setting up, although we don't have anything right now. And we will take all of your questions, guys, right? So don't be shy. Come say hello. Say, Tom, I love your new haircut. It makes you look a lot younger. And then ask a question. Oh dear, laughing at my own jokes already. Speaking of jokes, we've got a good one here from Kaizen Pro Traders. Not the first time I came early to a swing session. We shouldn't laugh, Kaizen, but we're going to. Yeah, and he said, haha, that one's risky. It's not risky. You know, you should come down the pub with my friends on a Friday or Saturday. Now, that is some risky humor. In fact, I'd probably get arrested. So Kaizen, we like that joke. Nice joke. Colin, yo, yo, yo. Let politics end and enter into a new chapter. Just like all politics. Let's just get rid of politics. Let it be dog eat dog out there. Yeah, you just all fend for yourselves out on the street. Like the film. No, it's not like that film. Anyway, I won't use that reference. Yeah, what do I think of politicians and politics? Just, one very inept person replaces another very inept person. That's how I see politics. Does it really change the way your lifestyle or what you do? Not really. Some things go up in price. Some things rarely go down in price. Might get taxed more, this kind of thing. But, does it really? It never adds value to your life, put it that way, right? McFlave from Public Enemy. Luigi, hi, how are you? Luigi, you must be Italian. Call me Sherlock Holmes, and please tell me if you are Italian. I'm assuming you are. Michael, good afternoon. How's the farm? Yeah, always likes to know how the farm's going. Rich Paul. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, right. Got you guys. Yeah, okay. Right, guys. So yeah, hello. Right, so guys, I had a few trades, right? Just to quickly look at them from my morning vid, right? I was looking at Swiss franc, yen, right? Really, I want to see a break of this level through here. Yeah, this level here, because that would indicate a H4 structure break for me. Okay, this is the H4 chart. I want to see a break of that level, then a retrace. So no setups on Swiss franc yen buys. I was also looking at US yen, US dollar yen buys. Nothing setting up here, although I bet you that gap down gets filled. I'm waiting for a break of these highs. So, as a lot of you are, guys, Euro CAD, looking for a breakdown in structure on the H4, nothing happening there. And New Zealand dollar, US dollar, nothing happening there, right? It's just everyone is sitting on their hands ready for the US elections, right? Luigi is Italian, see? Some people call me Tom, some people call me Sherlock. Not Shylock, Sherlock. So Rich Paul's got a question here. Who are we betting on, Trump or Kamala? I don't know enough about politics, right? To be quite honest, I don't, right? And, I don't know enough about their policies. It seems to me like there are no policies. It's just like, I am the most entertaining, therefore I can brainwash you, right? So, and people vote on how entertained they are, right? Which is probably not the right way to vote. But who do I think is going to win? I think Trump, right? He's a bit better at marketing himself and rallying the troops, shall we say. So, yeah, I think Trump's going to win. And guys, who do you think is going to win and why? And also, does anyone actually know anything about their policies? Like, if Trump wins, what can we expect? Right? Can we expect, the NASDAQ to go flying off? Can we expect a weak dollar, strong dollar? Right? I know there's a link there with cryptocurrencies. So Trump's very pro crypto. So I expect if Trump gets into power, we can see a rally in Bitcoin. Right? So there's one repercussion of Trump getting in. And the same question for Kamala. Right? What can we expect when Kamala gets in? I know nothing about her. Obviously, Trump, we know, is a businessman, right? And he will be very pro-business, very, and he'll be all about that, right? And less about, unfortunately, climate change, which, is a cost to businesses. So there you go, guys. Yeah, I really appreciate your thoughts on that. So don't be shy. Leave a comment in the live chat. Who else have we got in? Waz, how are you, mate? Offman, wet day on the farm. Okay. Himanshu, sorry, Himanshu, terrible pronunciation of your name. Euro pound long at current price. What do we think? All right, Himanshu, let's have a look at Euro pound. So we have got a trader interested in a currency pair. Now, I know, guys, because, I'm not like, woo, check me out. I know, but I know because I do daily analysis every single morning without foul with my bran flakes and berries, or my porridge and bananas, one or the other. The weekly chart is very difficult to buy, right? And Himanshu is suggesting Euro pound buys. Okay. So if we look at that weekly chart, can you buy into that? Right? If you're scalping on the 5-minute chart, probably, right? But I'm not. I'm intraday trading. Now, if you just look at the weekly chart, right, we are clearly in a downtrend stroke range, right? Yeah, we're in a downtrend stroke range. So I would be interested in selling from the top of the range back down to the lows, right? And that is just simple price action telling me to do that. So not only have you got resistance here, yeah, you can see here and here, and even in here, guys, right? So we've got resistance there, plus we're at the moving average 20. Like, everything on that weekly chart is telling me to sell that. Like, everything. Okay. So let's now take a look. As you know, guys, I do a top-down approach. Excuse me, just sort of bringing up my lunch. I'm not bringing it up. What did I have for lunch? What did I have for lunch today? I had a cheese gherkin. What else did I put in there? Onions. Cheese gherkin, onions, mushrooms. What else did I put? Tomatoes with mayonnaise and shiraki chili sauce, all in a wrap, in a tortilla. There you go. And you thought I couldn't cook. Anyway, right, weekly chart downtrend. Everything's telling me to sell, right? If we go to the day chart now, uptrend. Everything's telling me to buy, right? We was in this, kind of here, right? It was in this downtrend. Yeah, stop making lower lows. And then look at that bullish reaction we got. That was euro strength and pound weakness, really, right? So much so that this high broke that high, right? We're clearly in an uptrend. We've had a really nice retrace, right? This area here represents value to take price, back up to these highs, right? So the day chart from a zone point of view is telling us to buy. But from a candle point of view, very bearish. And look at that wick, very bearish. I don't want to buy into that, Okay, so taking into account the weekly as a buy, the daily as a sell trade, and looking at these candles, I don't want to trade it, but if I had to trade it, I would sell this back down to this area of support. That's how I would trade it. Let's have a look at the H4. Yeah, and how I would trade it is this, right? I would wait for a break of this low here, right? This is clearly in an uptrend, right? At this point, we're like uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. Then all of a sudden, price has come back down here. We're now thinking, are we seeing lower highs, right? We're definitely getting higher lows, yeah, and higher highs. But now, are we starting to see lower highs, right? So if we get a break, maybe we get something like this and we break this low, I think, you know, this is potentially a sell trade, right? But we shall see. So euro pound, I would stay away, but if I had to, I would sell it. Right, what else are we looking at, guys? So yeah, who do you think? So guys, obviously we're going to talk about the US election. Who do you think is going to win it, right? And also we have a very interesting question from the editor. You know, the editor, the slightly mental one, who, you know, is probably a sociopath. I'm only joking. He's not. He's worse than that, right? But he has given us this question on the live chat. So there's a live poll, and the question is, if you became US president, what's the first thing you'd change? Wrong answers are 100% welcome. So what would I change if I become US dollar president? Now, it's difficult not to think selfishly, right? Well, that's just me. I'm not sure. What would I change? I don't know. Let's give it some thought, guys. What would you change? I'm going to give it some thought as well. Yeah, we'll come back to that one. Everything I'm thinking about is very wrong, very selfish, very wrong, and probably against most laws. So I probably need to change my answer. Right, guys, before I go any lot further, if you are enjoying the live stream, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and smash that like button. Also today's live stream is sponsored by Pepperstone. If you look above my head, guys, if you are looking to change brokers or looking for a broker, your first broker, then look no further. Pepperstone is a world-class broker, super tight spreads, compatible with TradingView, and 24/7 customer support, guys. All right, so check that out. Come join Pepperstone. Use our affiliate link. Otherwise, I'll send the editor around your house. Let me have a quick drink while you smash the like button, guys. Right, investing with Ian has got a question here. So, hi Tom, London session opens at 8 a.m. GMT here in England. Is there a pre-London session? And if so, at what time? I don't want to get eaten up by spreads. Thank you. So, yeah, you've got the London Open, guys, right? So obviously that's a highly traded, you know, liquidity comes into the market, and it's a highly traded session, right? You know, but an hour before the London Open, you also have, you know, Europe opening. So you could, you know, there's volume in the market before the London Open. You know, as the rest of Europe, you know, starts, you know, Germany, France, Spain, as they all come into the market, obviously you're going to get surge of traders in the market there as well. So yeah, you can trade before the London Open, and spreads won't be crazy. The only time spreads are crazy is when that daily candle finishes, right? And pretty much that first hour until the first hour of the new daily candle has formed. Now that is where, you know, sometimes you wake up and you get caught out because of spread. that's what you need to be careful of. So when that daily candle finishes, don't be jumping into trades. The spread is crazy. Also, if you have a trade open, you might want to, and the stop loss is a little close, you might want to extend that stop loss a little bit just to deal with that spread overnight. And then, of course, as soon as that happens, you've then got the Asian session. So, you're pretty much covered when it comes to liquidity in the market. Not all markets, right? The Forex market is the most highly traded market in the world. Hence, the liquidity is 24/7 pretty much, right? Sorry, it's not open Saturday or Sunday, 24/5. So yeah, you're fine to trade before the London Open in terms of spreads. Another point I want to make here, guys, right? To me, obviously, I'm not going to trade when that daily candle just finishes, right? But to me, it really doesn't matter when I trade, right? It could be Asian market, London market, New York market. It doesn't matter to me. All that matters to me is my setup. That could, I'm in Dubai, right? That could happen at 9 o'clock in Dubai. That could happen at 4 p.m. in Dubai, right? I can't control that. I just trade my setup, trade my plan. So don't get too caught up on, what session should I trade? There's normally always liquidity in the market. Well, there's always liquidity in the market. How much, there is the important question. But just trade your setup. That's all you can do as a trader. You can literally do no more as a trader than trade your setup. That's all you can do, right? And I was having a really interesting conversation today with one of the traders that I mentor, right? And he's getting some really good, consistency into his trading, right? And he's doing a great job. Now, what I said to him, sorry guys, I've just lost my trail of thought. He was talking about, yeah, all you can do, guys, is focus on the three things. Focus on your controllables, right? Focus on your strategy and your trading plan. Focus on your money and risk management and your psychology, right? You can control them three things. That's all you need to worry about, right? So control them, okay? Trade your setup, control your money, risk management, and your psychology, right? Also, as part of that, in his job, right, like his 9 to 5, he runs a business, right? I hope he doesn't mind me telling everyone about all of this. But in his business or in his line of work, it makes sense to think of solutions and change systems to adapt to problems that arise at work, right? So a problem arises at work, you're like, right, we can change that and do that a little bit better, right? Or I can change this and this will get better results. Or let's amend this idea and we'll do this, right? Now, in every walk of life, that is true, pretty much, right? You're always thinking of new, innovative ways to overcome problems in your job or your life, and usually it involves change, right? The absolute opposite is true with trading, right? You cannot think like that, right? You have a strategy, trade it for 6 months at least, right? And do not change it once. Trade it like an emotionless robot. And that is the hardest thing any new trader can do, right? And I've mentored a few now, and it's a reoccurring problem, right? You think you can better the strategy all of the time, right? Because that's how your brain has been programmed, right? If, like in football, right? If you have a losing game, you might tweak the tactics a little bit for the next game, or you might change a player, right? In trading, no, don't do that. Just repeat the same thing you've been doing over and over again. And I cannot express to you how this is the biggest killer of new traders, right? You think I can better this strategy, I can make changes to it to make it better, and therefore I'll have less losing trades, more winning trades. I can perfect this system. And all you'll do is chase your tail for 6 months, end up tying yourself in knots, and then you will go back to basics. And those basics is pretty much what your original first strategy was, right? So if there's one thing you take away from today's live stream, it's that. Just trade your system like an emotionless robot. Do not try to better it, right, for 6 months. Do not change it. And there is no such thing as the perfect strategy. Every strategy has losing trades. And if you find anyone who says I have 100% win rate, I was going to say slap them. Don't slap them. That's aggressive. Flick their ears, right? Less aggressive. Okay, because you're just not going to, guys. But then once you've traded a system for 6 months, then you've earned the right to look at your system and say, okay, could I change that? Could I change that? But if you keep changing your strategy in those 6 months, then you only have yourself to blame. I promise you, you will get no consistency and you will be screwed. You will just you will constantly be chasing your tail. You're chasing something that isn't possible, right? The perfect strategy isn't possible. So please heed those words, guys, right? I wish I went back. If that was the one piece of advice I could give to a wet behind the ears trader Tom, right, many years ago, it would be that. That would be the one piece of advice I'd give myself. And then I'd slap myself as well. Okay. Oh dear, got to entertain yourself. It's the US elections, guys. We can't trade much, so, let's entertain ourselves. Right, what else are we looking at? But investing with Ian, thank you for your question. Okay. CJ, Trump baby, let's effing get it. Okay, Trump, CJ's Trump all the way. Sasquatch closed the board. Yeah, okay, Trump, has said close the border and all that. And yes, but then what politicians say and what politicians do are two different things. So we've just had the Chancellor of the Exchequer, right, under the new Labour government in the UK. So there is like 300 interviews that says if Labour gets into power, we will not increase tax. And you guessed it. What's the first thing they did? She got into power and she increased tax. What are you meant to do? You can't trust them. So, I'm not saying I don't agree with that. I'm just saying don't say you won't do it and then do it, or do the opposite of what you said. Nothing more aggravating. And I'd also like, just having a bit of a rant today. Apologies if I sound like an old man. What I'd like politicians to be is just to be super transparent. Like, I don't know, like the president of Brazil, right? He just comes out and he says, right, I'm going to be taking a lot of money, right, for a few big companies to, chop down more of the rainforest, right? Obviously, we don't want this, guys. That's not what I'm saying. But he just comes out. I've got big conglomerate companies. They want to take X amount of land out from the Amazon, and they're going to give millions and millions of pounds that we can then use in the Brazilian, and give to the Brazilian people. right? And then you'll be like, okay, I kind of understand that decision. We don't want you giving away, rainforest, but at least you come out and been honest and justified why you're doing it. It's when you do all this sneaky crap, right? And they just do that anyway, line their own pockets, and yeah. So yeah, transparency for politicians would be a huge thing, So that's what I would like to see from politicians. If I was, president or prime minister of the UK, that's how I'd just be like, right, I'm gonna, like they just took the, they taxed all the old people there on there, or they reduced the amount of money they're going to give them for their winter allowance, right? Firstly, like of all the people to target, don't target the elderly in winter, right? But now that you've done that, please come out and say, right, we're doing that because, we need to prop up and find money for the NHS. And this was just a very quick and easy way to get a few million from one area and give it to the other. And I'd be like, okay, right, you sort of justify it, but, don't let old people freeze. Anyway, let's take a few more questions. So, Kaizen Pro traders, I would say risk off trades for today, gold and yen, buys. But just for today, markets may aggressively move by New York close today on the back of US news. We have FOMC Thursday. Yeah, so totally agree with you, Kaizen. A lot of the safe haven, flight to safety currencies, whatever you want to call them, risk off currencies, you would think in these volatile times will get strength, right? So like yen, even Swiss franc, gold, right? You would like to think, you might see some strength come into them, all right? But again, it's predicting the future, right? That's the problem I have with any of this, right? You cannot predict the future, right? I understand the argument for safe haven currencies gaining strength because there is a US election, and off the back of that US election, there might be a drop in the indices, or there might be something that leads to the flight to safety pairs becoming strong, right? I get the argument, but my problem with that is you are predicting the future, right? We can't do that. All you can do, and let's look at a yen pair, is this, right? You see Swiss franc yen, right? Let's go to the monthly chart, right? We start here. I'm, clearly seeing this uptrend with a big bullish candle. So I would buy Swiss franc yen, regardless of what I think the yen possibly could do, right? Don't trade in uncertainties, trade in facts. And the facts are, this is in an uptrend. It's above the moving average 20. We have bullish wicks, bullish candle, and we can take price up to here. That will be a very logical, high probability trade, right? Nobody knows how the yen's going to react to whatever news is said in the US elections, right? And that goes for any time of the year, right? Yeah, just trade the facts of the market, right? And that the facts are trend, right? Structure, support and resistance levels, candlesticks. These are all facts, right? They're there looking at you on the chart, right? Whereas, what might happen to the yen or what might happen to the dollar if this happens in the US elections, or if the interest rate does this, or if inflation does this, or if, there's too many ifs, right? Trade facts, right? I'm not saying, don't keep an eye on fundamentals, but if the fundamentals are that strong, it will change the direction of a currency and you can trade it anyway, right? Think about that for a minute. In fact, while you think about that, I'll have a drink. And also, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Please smash the notification button. And please smash the like button. And also, guys, above my head, today's live stream is brought to you by Pepperstone, a world-class brokerage that is compatible with TradingView, super tight spreads, excellent customer service. Check it out. Switch your broker today. I'm going to have a quick drink. Right, Aya, afternoon, Aya. Haven't seen your name for a while. Okay, Rich Port, America is becoming weaker, and I wish more weaker. We're tired of Western hegemony, okay, or Western control, I guess. Another thing, guys, while I'm on the rant, there's not much to do in terms of the charts, guys, right? But, you know, I always think back, like, who made these borders? I know the, you know, the British Empire is responsible for making a lot of these borders in countries. Like the Middle East is, is a bit of a mess in terms of geographical locations, right? Because the British Empire, Spanish as well, French maybe, have just come in and just drawn lines on a chart, right? And they've gone, right, that's Iraq, that's Iran, that's that, right? And that alone has caused a load of trouble in the Middle East, right? So who decides these borders, right? And secondly, why do people or countries just want more and more land, right? So Russia's going into Ukraine. I know there's some history there, and Ukraine used to be part of the USSR, right? As did a lot of countries in that region. But, you know, they've moved on. Ukraine's a country now. Russia's a country. And Russia is humongous, right? So why do you want, why do you want to take over more land, right? And again, an argument would be for that NATO, which is pretty much American run, right, is closing in on Russian borders, and they want to protect themselves against that. And I totally agree with Russia doing that as well, right? But why, my point is, why does it have to be like that? Why does it have to be America encroaching on Russia, Russia encroaching on America, China getting involved? Why don't you just all chill out, right? You're all doing very well for yourselves. You know, Russia's got massive oil deposits and so many natural resources, oil, gas. Just relax, spend your money. Yeah, you could have a very wealthy country and economy, right? China is the manufacturing capital of the world, or it used to be, right? It's becoming more services now as well, right? But, like, you have got, you've become a powerhouse. You too can enjoy that. Why have more land? Why try and take over Taiwan, for example? Why try and take more of the Chinese or the Filipino Sea away from the Philippines, right? But why? Why does it matter? And America, strategically have all these proxy wars going on. Like Israel is really a reflection of the US and US power in that region, right? And Israel are doing the dirty work, like what? Why? Just all relax. America, you got loads of money, you got enough problems at home. So I'm sure Russia has, I'm sure China has had a housing crisis. So all just get on with your own things. And then, and then it escalates to a point people talk about nuclear warheads and stuff like that. You're like, what the is going on, right? The normal man or woman like us, we're just, happily plodding along. I don't want to take over my neighbor's house. yeah, and start putting my flag on his house, and then maybe, you know, becoming a small dictatorship in the neighborhood. Imagine. Yeah, but I'm taking this house by force. I'm sorry. There's my flag. This is now Tom's area. Yeah, you know what? I don't get the urge to do that, right? Actually, thinking about it, I might, you know, could be a good way to increase the property portfolio. I'm only joking, right? You know, I'm just not, yeah, you know, like, and most people aren't. It's just these power-hungry morons, and that's all they are. Once you get into that, you know, that powerful position, I imagine it's very hard to relinquish that power, and you want to grab hold of it and hold onto it for dear life. And maybe, you know, if you're seen taking over other countries and stuff, is a projection of power. I don't know. It just seems like nonsense to me. You know, the dinosaurs, right? They didn't, you know, T-Rex didn't say to Mr., you know, Triceratops, whoa, 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 you know, I'm a Belgian T-Rex and you're a, you know, a French Triceratops. You're not allowed to set 1 foot on my land without my say-so. T-Rex, the Triceratops would be going like, what are you on about? Right? So there you go. I think we've solved world politics. And another thing, while I know I've got loads of questions here, guys, but I just got to get this all off my chest, really. I didn't realize how much I had to get this off my chest, right? Another thing is, right, so taxing the rich. I think that solves a lot of problems, right? But then they say if you tax the rich, then, you know, if the UK, rather than taking winter money off old people, why don't you take a few million off billionaires, right? And the argument is if we start doing that, they will move to different countries, right? And just work in and out of the loopholes. So why don't you just do a worldwide tax on those people, right? So they have nowhere to go, right? Again, don't know how easy that is to implement, right? And another thing is, right, is with these billionaires, and a lot of them are philanthropists, right? They do a lot of good work and they help in, you know, like, what's his name? Bill Gates, Mr. Microsoft, right? Does a lot of work in Africa. He's trying to cure malaria, isn't he? Or things like that. Or he's looking at, what was the other one? Ebola. So they're doing a lot of good work. And their argument would be, why am I going to give my millions to, so I'm, you know, looking at both sides, why am I going to give my millions to Keir Starmer, right, of the UK? Why am I going to give my millions to Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, right? They would do, Bill Gates and his philanthropy would do a lot better with him running it using his money than if he was to give all that money to the US government. It would just get lost, you know? So I also agree with, you know, these billionaires and them doing their own thing with their money. They'll probably do a better job, but not all of them are doing that. They're not all into philanthropy, like. So, yeah, there's another thing I was thinking about. These are the sort of conversations I have down the pub. Because if I talk about candlesticks, my mates are like, Jesus Christ, he's talking about candlesticks again. They probably think I'm, you know, like talking about wax candlesticks for all they know, right? So, yeah, we have a few beers and we talk, you know, a bit about this sort of thing. Right. Right, what else are we looking at here, guys? I will look at a few questions. So, CJ, Tom, I'm in Swiss franc yen buys. You think moving stop loss to break even this evening would be a decent idea? Yes, I probably would, CJ. Just make it a complete risk-free trade. It could either fly off in your direction or, you know, hit your break even. Either way, you know, you can only have upside, really, you know, or close it, depending on how much profit you're in, take a bit of profit out of this trade, then move your stop to break even. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button. Mercy Buku. Okay, so Noor says here, back in the days, Kuwait and Iraq didn't have borders. USA and Canada didn't have borders. You could just drive with your driver's license. But after all the attacks, everyone did strict borders. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, right? But I'm not, right? But it's a very good, and you know, I've got to choose my words carefully here, right? Something like the 9/11 attacks is a very good reason for some countries to get away doing things that they wouldn't normally, right? Like attacking a country or making borders stricter, etc., right? But yeah, you know, like, why can't you just drive from America to Canada? Yeah, why can't you drive from Iraq to Kuwait? Right? Why does it have to be so controlled, so big brother? Right? Have you read the book Is it 1984? Yeah, that's where, that's sort of this idea of Big Brother. That's where it all started from, and the whole world feels like that, doesn't it? Right? It just everything you do is all electronic. You've got like everything. The governments know everything about you, right? Yeah, I don't agree with that either. Yeah, nor it's all greed, unfortunately. Yeah, America likes to have a lot of army bases in a lot of countries. It's always expecting an attack. Yeah, my point is just like, let's not attack. Let's just all chill out. Yeah, let's make love, not war. Right? Let's go. Yeah. There you go. Colin, vote Tom in the next election. Thank you, Colin. Going to get the editor. We're going to do a Tom for Prime Minister of the UK. Haven't been there for a few years. There might be some reason why I can't run. But yeah, let's go for it. Editor, you up for it? Let's run for the next election. What else we're looking at? Thanks for the advice, Tom. You're welcome, Kaiser. No problem. Red November. Dinosaurs never existed, neither. Only in books and toys. Red November. Very controversial. What are all these big bones that we see that they dig up? Are they not dinosaurs? Okay, the jury's out on that one. And WAN, I think AC is being back to the uptrend. So just WAN's part of our VIP Trading Academy, guys. And if you would like to be part of our VIP, then please check out the links, right? So WAN loves a bit of Aussie dollar CAD. I know we should probably do a little bit of talking about charts, but yeah, I've just enjoyed ranting about politics. The thing with me is this, right? There's this trend line where price keeps on respecting this level. Even yesterday with that big gap up, it still comes shooting down, right? So even if I drag this trend line down a bit. So the thing with AC is, yeah, Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar, we're still in a downtrend, right? I probably want to see a breakout of this trend line. Then I would consider buying Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar. All right, WAN, so I hope that helps. That's what I'd be looking for to buy Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar. Yes, V Cola, it's for control. It is, but it bloody winds me up. I don't want to be controlled. If I want to get a boat and boat to, I don't know, Madagascar, probably quite dangerous and I'd kill myself. I've never, I was just about to say never driven about a boat, never sailed a boat, right? But if I want to, just let me go to Madagascar. I don't be like, oh, have you got all your papers in order? Have you got, where's your visa? I'm just coming here to see a bit of wildlife. I want to see a orangutan. I don't know if orangutans are in Madagascar. I don't think they are. I think they're in Borneo. Anyway, you get my gist, guys, all right? So yeah, there you go. A bit of a rant about politics today. Guys, hopefully over the next couple of days, you know, after these US elections have calmed down, we'll get back to normal because we've got a trading challenge on the go at the moment as well. And I need we want the markets to just get over these elections and we can carry on normal with our trading challenge as well. So if you're interested in the trading challenge, please come join our free Discord channel. But yeah, give it a couple of days, guys. After the US election, we will, focus more on the trades and the trade ideas, guys. All right. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. I enjoyed it today. Have a great trading day, guys, and I'll see you same time again tomorrow.